Hello lads and lasses and welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be talking a little bit about Tino Livramento as he has finally been confirmed to be on his way in, obviously barring medicals and whatnot. We'll get into that though, and then I'm going to give my predicted lineups for the Sela Cup that's going on over the weekend. I am going, so that's great. I get to see how we play. And all that good stuff. Before we get into any of that though, as always, if you are new around here, or if you find yourself here quite often, go down below, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, turn those notifications on. We are trying to hit 200 subscribers before the end of the year. Good stuff. Let's get into this, shall we? So, Tino Livramento has been confirmed to be on his way. It's been here we go by Fabrizio. It's been in talks for months. He's on his way in. Great. He's going to probably be the successor to Trips. He can also play on the left hand side though, so if Harrison Ashby, for example, comes back and we are still wanting him at the club, then we can play Livramento on the left. Whether Livramento is going to play a lot this season, I'm not sure, because he can't play left back. Trips can play left back, so we've got some versatile right backs. I still think we need an out-and-out left-back, which would be nice. Trips is getting that age. He's in his 30s. He'll be slowing down. I think he's still a great player. I'll be excited to see what he does in person over the weekend. But yeah, it's a good signing. 35 mil, I don't think is awful. If that is the actual fee, because I mean we heard like 17 different things yesterday. We had 30, we had 35, we had 40, upwards of 40. I'm pretty sure it's 30 plus 5 add-ons, which is good enough for me, I would say. Providing that his ACL injury doesn't become a reoccurring thing. Otherwise, he is going to be messed up for the future, really. ACL injuries are hard things to deal with. We don't want to be making that worse for him. We want to try and make that better for him. So I expect a little bit of an easier first season for him, not having to play week in, week out. And then second season we really kick on with him when we know what his injury's saying. That would just be what I would do personally. Although he is a 35 million signing, so probably want to be playing him. He's a good player from the little bits of highlights I've seen. But yeah, barring injuries, he's going to be a very, very good player for the future. So, as I said, the Sela Cup is happening over the weekend. Do I think Livramento is going to be playing in that? No, I don't. I don't actually think we're going to sign him in time. Just from our track record, we're pretty slow on the signings so far this summer. So that bringing him in now, I don't think is realistic. At most, we would be bringing him in for the game on Sunday. Which would be fair enough. I wouldn't mind it. I'm not against playing him on the weekend. It'd be good for him to get that match time with the team, like Harvey Barnes did over in America. I just don't think it's going to happen. I would be very surprised if it does. But yeah, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. He can ease himself in, is what I think is going to happen. Some injury concerns going into the weekend. Shaw could be involved. That's going to be a last minute decision, and that would change my lineup slightly for the first and second game. Krath and Willock are not back. They're not back to full fitness yet. Fair enough, don't want to rush them back. And Longstaff could be involved this weekend. I don't think he's going to be involved in the first game, as you're going to see. I do think he'll be involved in the game on Sunday. But again, we'll wait and see. So, my lineups. I think the first one, on Saturday, because Saturday I think is the Fiorentina game. I don't know if it'll say on me ticket. It does not say on the ticket because you see all of the games. Hold on, I'll get there. I should have looked at this beforehand. Tomorrow. Yes, so tomorrow is the game against Fiorentina. Fiorentina being, I think, the better of the both sides we play over the weekend. They got a cup final last year, a European Cup final. So I think we could play the stronger squad against them, get them up to speed with how they would play. Yeah, don't know why I'm blabbing on. let's look at the lineup. So I think we'll start Pope in goal. Obviously, he's going to be the starting keeper over the season. And I think second and third is going to be a scrap between Dubravka and Karius if we don't move one of them on. Because I don't think there's really an reason we need 4 keepers. I think 2 would have been fine. I guess Gillespie's just there to make up numbers. Maybe he's doing some coaching stuff in the background. Who knows? But he's not playing as far as I'm aware. Pope is. Back 4 made up of Target, Botman, Shaw and Trips. I think Target is the only one that could see... Well, we could see not there. We could see Burn there, obviously. But I think we need to start playing with an actual left back, so that we can get used to playing with an actual left back, because that is what we need. We still need an actual left back. Another one. We need a better one. We need a better actual left back. So getting used to playing with a left back who can comfortably go forwards, unlike Burn. Burn looks honestly like a giraffe on skates. It's funny to watch, but also annoying. So yeah, he's there. That's the back 4. That's probably the back 4 we'll go into the season with, unless we sign a right-sided centre back like we so desperately need. I have my opinions on this. I did a video yesterday, so if you want to go check that out, I'll card it like I did last time in the top corner. I didn't know which one, but it'll be there. A midfield 3 made up of Bruno, Anderson and Tonali. I think Anderson gets the start with how good he's been so far this pre-season. I don't think there's any reason not to start him there. You could argue Lewis Miley, however he's in the second lineup and you'll see why he's there. So yeah, Anderson I think would be the person to start in that role, and then it's up to Joe Linton and Lewis Miley to see who would start in the game against Aston Villa, because Eddie Howe has said he hasn't made his mind up on what lineup he's going to go with. And I think Bruno and Tonali need that little bit more game time together. They need to get used to each other, because that link up is going to be very important. And whether or not they actually exchange in who plays in the 6 is probably going to happen the entire season when they play together. They will probably chop and change between it. Tonali can play as a 6. I don't think he's very good at the 6. He can't play those long balls over the top. He can run with the ball, though. He can move forward with the ball. He can play those intermediate and short passes. He can find a shot. So he can put a cross in as well. So there's lots of things he can do. So I think interchanging there would make a lot of sense. Front 3 of Gordon, Isak and Almiron. I think Gordon, if this pre-season, has played fantastic and should get the start over Barnes, just while Barnes is still getting used to how we play. Almiron is probably we've got 2 wingers, so it was between him and Murphy, and frankly Murphy is probably second team winger, and then Isak is obviously a no-brainer. I think he should take over as the starting striker this season, but again we're going to have to watch his game time. Same with Wilson, as we only have the 2 strikers. I do think we need to bring in a third, but again, as I said, however many videos ago, Parkinson could come in and play that role from the academy, from the bench. So if we really need him, he's there, and he doesn't count towards the Premier League players we can have in a squad. So that's a bonus to having him in. So that is the team I think we'll go up against Fiorentina with. We play Villarreal on Sunday. That one's a 4 o'clock kickoff. Obviously, we've got a slightly different team. I think we start Dubravka in goal. It's up between him and Karius. I think we'll give it to Dubravka, just because he was here first, maybe. I'm not sure, but I could see one of them leaving this. Well, I could see Dubravka leaving this window. I wouldn't mind if he stayed. I do think he's an all-right goalkeeper. He's definitely more of a backup or a third-string goalkeeper than a starting goalkeeper. I think he showed that in the Chelsea game. And I think Pope's length just really shows that he should be starting overall. I mean, that's not the thing in question, but just giving my opinion as I do. Back 4 of Byrne, Dummett, Lascelles and Manquillo. So Kraft isn't back yet. We've sent Ashby out on loan to Swansea. That's being confirmed on Friday. Well, today, later today. He said it'll be confirmed. We already know he's there. We've seen him in the training ground. You can see his name and shirt number that you can print on the back of shirts on the Swansea official shop. So he's going to Swansea on loan for the season. Be very good for him. So I think we'll have to start Manquillo, as he's the only other right back we actually have currently. And this is where I think Livramento can come in. and play that position if we do sign him in time. So hopefully, if we can get an official announcement today, I think he can play on Sunday. If we get it tomorrow, I think he'll be a bit iffy to play on Sunday. And if we get it on Sunday, he probably won't be playing at all. Lascelles and Dummett, the only two centre-backs we actually have outside of Byrne, who can also play on that left side, which is why we desperately need to sign a right-sided centre-back who has a bit of pace. We've been linked with some people. I will have a bit of a transfer video later today, I think. I think today's going to be a double upload day. So, subscribe, turn those notifications on. You'll be notified when that goes up. The midfield three, we're going to have Joe Linton in that attack and roll on that left-hand side. Longstaff, as I said, possibly could be back in the 11 this weekend. And then I think we'll play Lewis Miley in that 6. Lewis Miley has played great. He's played great in every role. As I say, he can play all along that midfield 3. He can play in all 3 of those positions. So I think it makes sense to drop him into that 6. We're low on midfielders. Willock isn't back yet. Miley is fantastic. He's going to get the game time. Howe said it. He'll get some Premier League minutes. He'll get a lot of cup minutes. So yeah, I think playing Miley in that 6 makes a lot of sense. And then the front 3, Barnes, Wilson, Murphy. Obviously Wilson's the only other striker we have. Barnes needs to get used to the system we'll be playing. We need to get used to how Barnes is going to play, and Murphy's the only other right winger we have. So I think we need to bring in a right winger. Again, I'll talk about that later today. Yeah, the ME2 starting 11s. I think we will go unbeaten over the weekend. I'm not sure how the system works. I've heard someone say that goals now count as points. But God knows. Actually, I'll have a look at it quickly now. Sela Cup format. Here we go. 3 points for a win, 1 for a draw, and an extra point per goal. God knows why. I don't know why. That doesn't make any sense particularly. It's a bit stupid, but it is what it is, isn't it? So hopefully we can come away with the Sela Cup. I mean, well, Badge was already on the trophy. He was in the club shop yesterday. Sadly, I was actually busy yesterday, and I didn't find out until after 4 o'clock. So otherwise, I probably would have went and seen it. But it is what it is. You know, we'll probably lift it on Sunday. We don't play Nice, which would have been helpful. I think that French competition might have made a bit of difference. But of Villarreal and Fiorentina are both really good in their leagues. Fiorentina, as I said, got to that final last season in the Europa Conference. Villarreal in the Europa Champions League nearly every season now. So it'll be a good competition, get used to what we're going to be competing with in Champions League. So I think pre-season's actually been quite a success this year in the teams we've played. We played Premier League teams to get used to the Premier League standard again. We're playing European teams to get used to what we're going to have to face in Champions League and possibly Europa League, depending on how we do. I wouldn't mind seeing we're in the Europa League, maybe make a run in that. Because I don't think anyone thinks we're going to make a run in the Champions League. And if you do, you are delusional. But that's fine. It's a good delusion to have for a change. So yes, that is that. That is this video. Just want to talk about Tino a little bit. And then get onto my starting 11 predictions for the weekend. And then that was it. Still getting the hang of doing these outros. I will have a video possibly later today. Possibly I'll upload it early tomorrow morning. Just with transfers, I will be waiting until this afternoon, because yesterday I put my video out about centre backs we need, and then Tino got confirmed as a signing, which was great for us, but also meant that I just uploaded a video, so views probably down a little bit, but it's all right. It's still probably I think it's doing second best for views on the channel currently, which is great. But anyway, not important. That is it. I will see you later, as I said. So, in a bit, pal.